From endless excuses to full-blown meltdowns, here are the biggest failures in my 600-pound life history, starting with Janine Mueller, a former plus-size model who proved that excuses weigh more than pounds. At just 678 pounds, Janine was practically immobile, relying on her electric scooter to get around even inside her apartment. Her food addiction ran so deep that she admitted to living off fast food drive-thrus because she literally couldn't walk into a store.
I'd like a 20-piece nuggets, large fries, and a large Dr. Pepper.
Janine's issues began early. Adopted at 2 months old, her mother put her on a diet at age 3 and even gave her diet pills by 4. Instead of helping, it only fueled her obsession with food. By adulthood, binge eating became her only comfort. When she finally met Dr. Now, he didn't sugarcoat it. Surgery was far too risky at her size. She needed to lose 100 pounds in 2 months just to qualify. Things got worse when she developed a massive bed sore infection on her thigh from being immobile.
Okay, so you can see how that is. Yeah.
I had no idea. So that's on the back of my thigh?
It's really open.
Oh my God.
Even then, she still hated being in the hospital and begged to go home.
I don't like it here. And I really feel like the diet is too extreme. And that I'm being pushed too hard to do things I'm not ready for.
When Dr. Now asked her to weigh in, Janine staged the performance of a lifetime, fumbling with her walker, pretending she wasn't ready.
Oh boy. I wasn't prepared for this today. They didn't tell me this was going to happen today. I'm not prepared. Okay.
Eventually, Janine claimed she was becoming anorexic, despite still weighing close to 600 pounds. That was the final straw for Dr. Now. He sent her home and told her to prove herself by losing 50 pounds on her own.
Show me you can do this on your own if you want weight loss surgery. And over the next 2 months, I want you to lose another 50 pounds, okay?
She never did. One viewer said, "How on earth can she afford that lifestyle of laying around and eating enormous quantities of food like that when even working people are struggling to feed their families 3 normal meals every day?" Another added, "No matter what our childhood looked like, as adults we have to take responsibility for what we do with the cards we were dealt. Hope she got the help she needed." By the end of the year, Janine had barely moved the scale. Her excuses and denial left her exactly where she started: immobile, unhealthy, and out of chances. If you think Janine's excuses were bad, check out the next star who turned failure into a full-time job. But before we move on, hit that subscribe button for more shocking, my 600-pound life moments you won't believe. Meet Tanisha Cleveland, aka the Excuse Queen. Tanisha wheeled into Dr. Now's office at 588 pounds. She had one of the longest journeys featured on the show, but instead of losing weight, she actually gained more at first. When asked about her guilty pleasures, she casually admitted to downing a 12-pack of soda a day, along with fast food, burgers, pizza, chocolate, and chips.
Many years.
What seems to be your biggest challenge with your diet?
Sweets.
Okay, how many soda do you drink a day?
Ooh. I can drink a 12-pack. Maybe a little more sometimes. Just depends.
Basically, her diet plan was a menu of everything Dr. Now tells patients to avoid.
You know, I like my chocolate, maybe some chips sometime. Dinner usually comes 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Then I have whatever I'm gonna eat for dinner.
At just 5 feet 1 inch, Tanisha's weight was proportionally equal to someone nearly 700 pounds at average height. Dr. Now didn't sugarcoat it. If she didn't change, she had less than a year to live.
You don't have much longer like this. So this is the time to change before it's too late.
But she claimed her partner was her enabler. Instead of owning up, she blamed him for her eating habits.
Whenever I want it, if I want, okay, I'll go get you, you know. So he does, he's my enabler. Everybody really is.
Dr. Now then set the classic rule: lose 30 pounds in 1 month to qualify for surgery. Shockingly, she pulled it off, dropping 34 pounds. Tanisha was thrilled, and viewers thought maybe, just maybe, she had hope. But after surgery, she completely lost control again. Instead of losing weight, she ballooned to 603 pounds, heavier than her starting point. Over 2 years, she slowly managed to shed about 100 pounds, ending at 484 pounds. One viewer wrote, "In 2 years, she should have been down to at least 280 instead of she's still bored." But compared to other patients who transformed their lives, her results were disappointing at best. She had all the tools, Dr. Now's program, surgery, support, But instead of seizing her second chance, she let excuses and soda cans bury her progress. That's Tanisha, a roller coaster of wasted opportunities. If you thought Tanisha's excuses were frustrating, check out the next 600-pound star who didn't even bother pretending to try. Up next is Jean Covey. Jean came onto the show at nearly 700 pounds, and from the beginning, Dr. Now saw potential. She had family support, she had the resources, and she had a clear path.
My mom bathes me from a bowl and a washcloth because it's very important. I try to stay as clean as I can.
But here's the problem. Jean didn't have the fight. From day one, every suggestion Dr. Now gave her was met with complaints. He told her to get moving. She said it was too hard. He told her to follow the 1,200-calorie plan. She said it was too extreme. So instead of facing reality, Jean slipped into full victim mode.
Yeah, I messed up. I didn't do it properly, and I'm going to work harder. That's all I have to say. I messed up.
Okay.
Then came the shocking twist. Halfway through filming, Jean decided she was done. No progress, no surgery, no commitment. She simply quit the program. Dr. Now himself admitted he had never seen someone just throw away their second chance at life so casually. The viewers weren't just disappointed, they were angry. Disgusting how she thinks she knows more than the doctors. This lady lost 50 pounds when monitored in hospital. Surely this is evidence enough. It is her that is the problem, not the doctor or hospital. To this day, Jean is remembered as one of the most infamous quitters in my 600-pound life history. But if you think walking away is tragic, the next story shows what happens when a star stays in the program but refuses to confront an even darker demon. Robert Buchel was supposed to be one of Dr. Now's greatest success stories. At nearly 850 pounds, Robert came into Houston desperate for help, and at first, the viewer thought he would be part of the success stories. But here's the truth. Robert's real addiction wasn't food, it was painkillers.
He knew he would be put on a diet, but he didn't expect to be taken off painkillers because he didn't understand that he was addicted to them.
Instead of facing it head-on, he became more and more dependent. His mood spiraled, his motivation collapsed. But trust Dr. Now to be blunt as ever.
Or your situation will get to a place where we won't be able to help you, and your body won't be able to go on.
And to give Robert the best chance, he had him transferred to a rehab facility to confront the painkiller problem directly.
Facility. It is unfortunate that we have to send you there, but you've been here too long and you aren't doing what you need.
And here's the saddest part. His fiancée, Catherine, was by his side through it all. She wanted his success more than he did.
To get up and get back to walking again.
Watching her give everything while Robert gave up was heartbreaking for fans. But Robert didn't listen. His denial was so strong that fans grew furious watching him waste chance after chance. Viewers were savage. One fan joked, "I hate to make fun of him, but he wakes up on both sides of the bed." Another wrote, "I had no idea a human stomach could get to be that big." The comments weren't just jokes. They showed how many people lost patience with his refusal to fight his demons. Then came the devastating twist.
And I'm so scared right now. He seems to have no energy, and he doesn't really want to do anything.
Robert was transferred to a rehab facility to confront his crippling painkiller addiction. Not long after, tragedy struck. During filming, Robert suffered a massive heart attack and passed away at just 41 years old. Dr. Now himself called it one of the most painful failures he'd ever witnessed. Robert's case will always be remembered as one of the saddest collapses in my 600-pound life history. Finally, our next star who managed to drag down her entire family with her excuses. Meet Gina Krasley. Gina Krasley weighed nearly 600 pounds when she came onto the show, but instead of taking responsibility, she weaponized guilt and manipulation.
Eating, it makes me feel good, it makes me feel safe, it makes me feel happy. It takes away all my pain and depression.
From the start, she treated her wife and mother like full-time servants, forcing them to cook, clean, and even help her bathe while she sat back making excuses.
Okay.
So I'll go in there and I'll get your bucket and get that ready for you.
Okay.
Dr. Now immediately called her out. He told her flat out,
You started making some progress and moving in the right direction, but you showed me today that you're not sticking with it like you need. So I'm canceling your surgery.
But Gina pushed back, claiming she was doing everything right. When the scale told the truth, she was either gaining or barely losing.
I'm just really mad at myself right now because I've been working so hard.
Many viewers were savage in their reactions. Many said Gina had one of the laziest, most entitled attitudes in the entire series. Imagine telling your grown child when it's time to bathe. She used her stomach as a table to hold 3 plates and says she worked so hard. Absolute delusional. Sadly, Gina's story doesn't end with hope. In 2021, just a few years after appearing on the show, she passed away at the age of 30. In the end, Gina didn't just waste her own chance, she dragged her whole family down with her. A legacy of excuses, and one of the show's most depressing downfalls. For every success story on My 600-Pound Life, there are disasters like these. And the truth is, you can't fix someone who refuses to take the first step. These stars didn't just fail the program, they failed themselves.